Devin, what's up, man? What's going on? Pretty much just I'll skip this. Let me go to um I just wanted to do a quick live. I know there's like 6 people on here now. I'm not very entertained, like in the entertainment type of mood, but you can't go wrong with a good live. And a lot of times, depending on the conversation, it'll get good. But I don't know. I'm feeling very. I have like a slight headache in the back of my head. Oh, Devin, how's it going? I didn't read. How's it going? It's going good. It's going good. It is right now in Finland. It is 23:43, which is 11:43 p.m. And I'm just gonna put on some TV here on the background. Oh my god, what is this? Oh, it's Thor on FX. I have all the American channels, by the way. I have all the American channels. Um, I don't know what time it is in the States, but I usually think it's about 8 hours behind. But I wanted to just come on here and talk real quick because I need to, the whole surprise of like, oh, we moved to Finland and it's happening and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's, obviously that's out the door. We've, we've done that. We've already talked about it. It's a done deal. But what I haven't really talked, I don't know. It's hard to find. Oh, it's 144. Okay, nice. That's true. Okay. Oh, very good. I appreciate it, Devin. Um, what I don't do often. Thanks, man. Me too. I'm very happy about our business venture. Scary, but I just in my head I need to come on live more often and I need to post more just straight up talking about the business. This whole like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm starting a business in Finland and you know what it was? It's like I didn't feel I don't know if I'm looking for like this like I didn't know if I was waiting for this whole like I don't want to talk about the business until we have a storefront and we have the sign up and the equipment's there and I show everybody like a cool video. Oh look, we open up because it's not gonna be like that. But I also want to take you guys day by day on this journey. And I was thinking about this earlier because you have to buy everything and plan everything every day, step by step. And in Finland, it's it's a it's a lot more difficult than you would think, in a good way. They have a lot of rules, and you can't just be like, I make really good hot dogs. Let me go sell them on the corner. Oh, I need a permit. Let me go get some BS permit down at the courthouse. Boom, done. Right, courthouse, town hall. I don't know. And it's you can't do that here. Here it's more like, oh, you're starting a private business. Okay, here in Finland we offer a business program. Please sign up. We'll also pay you for that. Also, we would love for you to learn the language. We'll pay you for that. Apply here. Do this. Take this step. Talk to this consultant for free. Um, but then it's a lot of so when you first hear all these programs in Finland, and I'm not even kidding. Like they'll if you want to start your own business and you happen to live in Europe, they literally have all these programs where they will pay you to start your business because they know how hard it is for privately owned mom and pop shops to start. They'll also pay you to learn the language. They'll also provide you certain grants and loans. It's unbelievable. But here's the problem. It's a lot of applying. It's a lot of talking to consultants. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of waiting. And I know I've only been here for like 3 months and I just want to get to it. But I just feel like in the States, because it's such a capitalistic country, if you want to make money, and you have an idea and you have a business idea, you can, sure, you still have to go through the typical things you would have to do with anybody, with any country, where you have to go get permits and you have to go get permission, blah blah blah. But you can also just go ahead and start, and like, let's say, for example, my hot dog idea. Like, let's say I have a great hot dog idea and I want to go start selling hot dogs, but I need the proper permits and this and that and the third and blah blah blah. Sure, like I need to, I will go do those things. I will apply. I will wait. I will do step by step what I need to do to start Berto's hot dogs, right? Um, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go sell them shits. I'm gonna go sell hot dogs to my neighbors. I'm gonna go sell hot dogs to on the street. I'm gonna go and do. Here you can't do that. So here it's a lot of like waiting. It's a lot of, I'm in queue, like I'm in line. Oh, JD and Turk for life. Hope you're enjoying. Madi, thank you. I am enjoying it. Thank you so much, man. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Um, but hey, whoever's in here, please thumbs up the video, share, like, all that stuff. Please, I have 0 thumbs ups in here, so hook me up, Madi, hook me up, Devin, um, and whoever else isn't talking in here. But like I was saying before, I can't, while I'm waiting for the permits and all this permission and blah blah blah. In the States, like I said, not that you can go and sell that product because it's technically illegal, but they're not gonna give you a hard time. They're like, there's people, like, there's a company out in Nashville. I forgot the name of it, but they sell like super famous cupcakes, right? And I lived in Germantown, Nashville for a long time, and they have these super famous sweet potato cupcakes that I used to get all the time. And their story was like they used to sell these cupcakes to their neighbors, and they used to family, and to, just let me, a woman just making cupcakes, and then they would sell them, and then eventually they got a storefront, got permits, got permission. But in the States is more lenient to where you can just go ahead and like start your business, get your name out there, and then wait on these permits and storefronts and blah blah blah. Anyways, here it's not so much. Here I literally can't go. So my butcher shop, right? I've been not working since my baby was born. So in September, right? I've been talking about this butcher shop for years, but I haven't, like, let me sit down, get my, laptop out, pen and paper. Let me do, like, for real. And I started doing that probably, I want to say 6, 7, 8 months ago, right? And I have everything locked down. Literally. I have, you asked me a question about the butcher shop, it's done. It's already locked down. I have everything ready. The type of case I want, the type of bandsaw, the type of knives, the type of sausage machine, the type of, I mean, you asked me about the recipes. I already have the recipes done. I have the marinades. I'm gonna do the meatballs. I have like everything from this American New York style butcher shop that I plan on opening here in Finland is done. I just can't start until I'm allowed to. Um, oh damn, Athens, Greece, hell yeah! God, I want to. You know what? That's one of the things I really want to. Madi, I don't know if you're still in here, but I'm coming to Alabama in May. That's a surprise that I haven't said anything to anybody on social media yet. Um, I don't know. I don't know, Madi. I don't know if you're still in Alabama. I don't know if you're still there, but I would love to catch up with you. Anyways, it's, long story short, we just, all this waiting for the business to start. we got news like a week ago saying like we won't be able to do this till that day or this day, blah blah blah. Anyways, and it kind of like, well, if we're just sitting around doing nothing, why don't we just go back home for a little bit to, so my parents can still see Rolly as small as he is as a baby, right? So we're coming to that's what I'm saying, Marty. Let's go down to Hooters and get some wings. I'm kidding, man. Didn't they close down Hooters? Did they close down Hooters in Huntsville? You would know. I'm kidding. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Everybody, this is my buddy Marty. I've known him since fucking 2007. We used to work together, and for Halloween we used to dress up as JD and Turk from Scrubs. I haven't been back to Alabama. Like, I haven't been back to Alabama. I'm not from there, by the way, but I haven't been back there since 2000. It's been a couple years. Anyways, so yeah, man. So I gotta catch up on these. That makes sense. One day around time. Blah blah blah. I'm opening up an indoor playground at the end of the year, and I'm in the same boat. Oh shit, that's dope. An indoor. Devin, you gotta start filming this stuff, bro. You gotta start making content and filming this. I just looked it up. It closed 8 months. Okay. Devin, I told you a while ago, man. You gotta start filming some YouTubes, bro. You've been following me for so long, and you used to be consistent with TikToks, man. You got to get on here, man. Make a little bit of money. Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity. Yo, we should, dude. We can't go to IHOP. You want to go to IHOP? We'll go to IHOP. We'll go to IHOP. Get some Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity. But yeah, man. So I feel like I just need to. So I ordered a grinder today because since I'm waiting so long, anyways, for all this stuff to happen, I figured, you know what? In the meantime, while I'm waiting for everything to get rolling with the paperwork and the permits and the program and blah, 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 let me, everything that I plan on having in my case, let me go ahead and just feed my family. And at the same time, let me go ahead and just film it and show people. So I already did videos on my Italian sausage, spicy and sweet, hot and sweet. And I have another recipe that I'm gonna do. It's a Texas Twinkie, but with that I actually have to buy a smoker, an offset smoker. And then I have another recipe for basically my shtick for this. And I don't want to get too much into the names because I have a chorizo that I'm also gonna sell. The chorizo is gonna taste it's exactly like my mom's chorizo. I'm gonna make that. But we have a lot of different recipes. A lot of, I can't speak for all of Europe, but in Finland, yo, 2 thumbs up, yo. Come on, man. Let me get what's going on with the thumbs up. I got 2 thumbs up. All right. But in Finland, particularly Finland, this part of Europe, I've been to so many butcher shops here, and it's so different from the butcher shops back home. Like, when you walk into a butcher shop or back in the States, not even that, but it's when you walk into any butcher shop back in the States or any meat department in any grocery store, you can walk in and see the typical, like, oh, what am I in the mood for? A ribeye or a New York strip or, some lamb shanks or lamb chops or, things like that. And those normal, typical things that people buy at butcher shops like that are not at all in butcher shops here or in meat departments in grocery store here in Finland. They have their own kind. I mean, it's still beef, it's still pork, it's still the same, but it's different cuts that we just aren't used to. They love top round here. They use it in their stews. So whenever you get like in the States, we mainly use chuck roast. For like if you do like a classic beef stew with like chuck roast, carrots, potatoes, let it cook low and slow all day, right? The best is chuck roast because it has a really good amount of fat, good fat that will melt into the, you know, into the stew. Here they use top round because they're not fans of fat, the fat that's on the chuck, and what the problem with that is it makes the beef tougher and the stew not as flavorful. It's very mild, still good but mild. um Hot Nap Games, what's going on, homie? So in the States you can just walk in and get like a 3 pounder chuck stew that's tied up. I want to offer that, um I want to offer a lot of different things in the butcher shop, but I also want a lot of grab and goes. I want people to be able to come in and think to themselves, "Oh, like I don't want to get something from the case. I just want to grab and go what's on the shelf, and I want to wrap things up." Like if they want to go just grab some marinated chicken, or if they want to go grab some ground beef, I'm gonna have that wrapped up in a container or paper, something. I just really want it to stick out. Here's the thing: the product's gonna be good, right? I'm not worried about the product because I know I can make good product. I know I can make good sausages. I know I can make good meatballs. I know I can make good kebabs. I know I can make, good flavored burgers, bacon cheddar, jalapeno, cowboy burgers, and, um, things like that. I can blue cheeseburgers. I know I can do all these things. But what I'm really wanting to give people in this town that I live in, or even just the country I live in, is the American experience. I want them to taste the things that I taste from back home. I want them to not just experience. I don't want, you can go to any store and buy this, that, and the third. You can. Um, but I want them to not only get an American style cut, but I want them to get an American style experience. So, for example, I know that sounds like I know I'm over here sounding like a motivational speaker, but but for example, all right. So back to the sausages. I'm gonna sell hot and sweet Italian sausages. Where can you get that in the States? Everywhere. That's like the number one selling sausage you can get anywhere in the United States, whether it's from the case fresh or whether it's packaged on the shelf, right? Now, what do a lot of people use that for? They saute it in a pan, they put it in some pasta, blah, 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 right? One of the best experiences, you hit them white folks with some carne asada tacos, I'm gonna blow up. Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing. That's another thing I'm gonna do. I want to sell, marinated skirt steaks and marinated flank steaks, and these are the two they're like the two most popular cuts of beef for carne asada tacos. But anyway, let me finish what I was saying. So, for example, Italian sausages. One of the most incredible experiences I've ever had with Italian sausages, which I ate all my life. Everybody's had Italian sausages, hot and sweet from the grocery store, or from a butcher shop, whatever, right? When I first moved to New York City 3, 4 years ago, wifey and I were just big on, oh my God, we're in New York. Let's do a shit ton of foodie stuff. And we did. And I would have to say I know I'm Mexican. But one of my favorite foods is Italian food, and so now I'm in New York, and I'm like, damn, like this is gonna be like crazy exciting. I'm in New York City. There's Italian food everywhere, right? So one of the most popular Italian festivals is called Saint Gennaro's. It's in Little Italy. Little Italy is in um, Lower East Side, Manhattan, New York. And first thing I get, I get some sausage and peppers. I got a cannoli. I got all these things, right? The sausage and peppers that I got from Saint Gennaro, it was amazing. It was just a big spicy sausage. Pause. Hey yo, pause. sauteed onions and peppers, hot mustard on a roll, right? And it was a semolina roll with the seeds, right? Yo, those Italian cooks did that up. So, I mean, that was, and I experienced that at the age of what? That was 40, right? And I've been eating those Italian sausages from back in the day all my life, right? I know what this tastes like. It didn't taste like this. So I went to multiple different festivals, and I just kept eating them and eating them. And then, I was living in East Harlem, and East Harlem used to be the original Little Italy, 100 years ago, before the Latino population came in. Um, and they have a festival there called the Giglio Fest. Same thing, San Gennaro, kind of like a San Gennaro festival, but it was way less touristy, hardly any tourists, and just the local community, all Italians, and just, everybody, the Latinos, everybody came out. And I didn't think the sausage and peppers could get better than what I had at St. Gennaro's in the Lower East Side in Little Italy, and it did. So one of my recipes for my spicy and sweet Italian sausages are the closest thing to what I tasted from the St. Gennaro's and the Giglio Fest back in New York during those Italian festivals. And I just want people in Salo here in Finland. I want them to like. I don't want them to just come in and be like. I want every item that they grab to not just be like, oh, I bought a steak. Oh, I bought a sausage. Oh, but no, it's like I'm gonna have little cards with recipes on them. Hey, you bought this? Well, you gotta have it with this, and it's gonna have instructions how to cook it, how to do this. What do you need? And I'm gonna make them simple, easy, and they're gonna be perfect. I just want people to experience the same things I experienced in the United States when I was eating these things. So I don't want people to just come in and buy my product because I know my products are going to be good. They're going to be good. I want them to come in and buy an experience. I want them to be like, damn, like I'm not just eating this Italian sausage from this butcher shop. I'm eating this Italian sausage from that this guy made that morning from scratch, and he told me a story about how he experienced this in New York City. And all I got to do is saute some peppers and onions with a particular thing of seasonings and a roll with this mustard. And check this out. I went around and I found the closest thing to a deli Italian mustard that I could find that was comparable to the one I had in New York. So that's just one example of the things that I've already like written down and thought of and done. So that's just what I want to show. Damn, a lot of people are commenting, and I'm not even reading any of these shits because, sorry guys, I talk shit. I just fucking I chat it up, yo. Um, Thanks, Devin. I'm excited. I really like the plan too. It sounds great to his American here in Finland, but don't forget we love to give you the Finnish experience. The Finnish experience has been nothing but awesome, by the way. Everybody, you know what's crazy? When Finns talk to me online, you guys paint yourself all the stereotypes that people say Finns are. And then when I'm in the real world, you guys are the nicest fucking people ever. Okay, for all the Americans that are in here, let me just tell you, there's all these stereotypes about Finns being like emotionalist and like and they don't want to talk to people and they're introverts and they're just like emotionless people that are very serious and don't laugh and like that is such bullshit. That's like, dude, every time I've gone into town for errands or talked to anybody about, dude, the amount of gabbing, the amount of chatting. I don't know if it's like you guys talk about your Finnish stereotypes, meaning like this is how we are with other Finns. Maybe that's the only thing I can conclude. But you guys are nothing like that when it comes to foreigners. Because when you're talking to me, there's no period. I'm like waiting for the period. Like, are you like, can I walk away? Is it rude? Are you guys done? Like, I'm caught in so much Finnish small talk, and there's no ending. It never ends. It just keeps going and going and going. Let me keep reading. Salo got too many kebab places. Yo, but they're good though, dog. There's not that many kebab places back in the States, and they're we sell gyros. It's similar to kebab, but it's a little bit different. I think you will do great, Berto. Europeans will love that. We love homemade quality product. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, somebody told me I should open up a kebab place. I'm not doing that. I'm not. Yeah, Scandinavian people. As far as from what I can only speak on my experiences. But Scandinavian people. Wait a minute. Hold on. It's not Scandinavian here. It's Nordic, right? Somebody said that Scandinavia is not part of Finland. So I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm not getting that. That's some political stuff. I can't talk about that. I mean, I feel like I do believe that those stereotypes are real, but it's also like it's kind of like how people think, Mexicans are all just like a million cousins and all partying till like 5 a.m. and you know, is that true to a certain extent? Sure. I come from a small family. My mom and dad, it was just me and my brother. And then we moved from the States. I mean, from the States. We moved from Mexico when I was a baby from the States to Connecticut. And we never had these huge parties and we never had these huge carne asadas. And, when I watch TikTok and I see all these like stereotypical like Mexican parties, like, yeah, I've been to those, but my family never had those. Like we when we go to Mexico, we'd had those. Or when we go to Arizona, where we got family, we've had those. But my mom and dad never had those. We're like a lot quieter than you would think. So, yo, I got 5 thumbs up. Oh shit! With 11 people in here. But yeah, so the whole rant of things about my business, I just want to come on here without divulging any like secret recipes or names or logos. Um, I just want to come on here and talk about it every day because I feel like the more I talk about it, the more it feels like reality. And I already told myself like don't get caught up in the excitement of opening up your own business without making shit happen. And we're making shit happen, but I'm not. I don't talk about it with social media people in detail, and it's fucked up because I should be because social media people, all my followers, especially my new followers here in Finland, have been nothing but supportive. And obviously, like I can't divulge like recipes and this and that and the third, blah blah blah, and what I'm gonna like officially call it and da 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 and logos. And by the way, if there's any graphic designers out there that can hook me up, on the free, I'll shout you out and everything. But I don't know. I just feel like you know what it is. It's kind of like when you're all right. That's it. I'm going on a diet and I'm gonna work out and I'm gonna make it happen. And then you kind of just like I'm gonna tell everybody on social media so they can hold me accountable. I think that's what I'm doing. I think that kind of feels like that. This kind of feels like that. It's like I'm explaining to you guys about something really exciting or something that I'm really excited for, and I just want to talk about it so 12 people can know. And then when it doesn't happen and it fails, I can have a whole bunch of people telling me like, "Hey, remember when you were talking about opening up a butcher shop?" And I'm like, "Yes." So maybe I'm just looking at this as like more of a push for myself to make shit happen. But in hindsight, I already am making shit happen to a certain extent in the sense of going to community business meetings, going to business consultants, applying for the business program and grants and loans, and I've talked to the banks, and so I'm out there in that sense, which is good. But now I just got to be in here in this sense, which is also good. So thanks, man. Well, and we with the trying of the products, especially in the beginning, it'll be really fun because we'll be doing giveaways and we'll be having people test. And I remember this isn't a restaurant. That we're not one of those touristy butcher shops that you know here's the raw meats and then or go ahead and order a burger. Like we're not doing that. We're not. My dream has never been to open a restaurant. My dream is for you guys to come on in. We're gonna have ready-made burgers that have all the cheese and jalapenos in it and the seasonings and all that stuff and ready to go. So if you want a couple burgers, pick them up. I'll wrap them up in some nice butcher paper. You take them home, cook them. Let me know what you think. Same thing with the sausages. Those are gonna be also raw. I think that's the one risky thing that is kind of freaking me out a little bit because a lot of sausages is very popular in Finland, and a lot of sausages are already prepackaged in plastic and cooked. My sausages are not going to be in plastic. They're going to be wrapped in butcher paper and they're going to be raw. And you got to take them home and cook them. But the reason why I'm doing that is because I want you guys to get that American New York style butcher shop experience, you know? And who knows? Maybe down the line, if we're really successful, maybe we will get a company to cook this stuff and then package it and then put it in stores like Prisma and City Market and have them packaged just next to all the other sausages like Atria and HK and all those brands. So we'll see what happens down the line. But in the beginning, I really just want you guys to experience a small, little cute butcher shop here in Salo, Finland. Um, and yeah, I think one of the things that is going to help us a lot too is I don't want to be one of those businesses that depends on the storefront. Um, I want to hit every mark. I want to make the storefront really nice. I want to make the website really nice. I want to market the old school way, newspapers, magazines, TV commercials, but I also want to market the new way, social media all day, every day. I want to do all of it. So, God forbid it doesn't work out. I can always say, well, I did all these things. I hit every mark. I didn't miss anything. So, I don't know. I'm sending incredible positive vibes and wishing love and success. You can do this. Learn loads, get busy, living, as they say, excited for you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's, thank you. That's really nice. Ah, that feels good. Well, that feels good. I feel good. Thank you guys. So, yeah. What was I saying before I got all these buttery compliments? Y'all buttering me up, man, making me feel good. But yeah, I wanna make sure not only I know I'm not gonna get that much traffic in the beginning at the actual storefront. So since I've moved here, I've built a following of over 3,000 European people. 80% of those people are from Finland. The other 20% are from surrounding areas like Estonia, Sweden, even Germany, and parts of Ireland, which is exciting. So what I want to do is I want to not fully depend on the storefront. I still obviously sales in the storefront are going to be very important, but I also want people to be able to be at home and be like, I'm gonna order these online, and I want to make a super easy website for them to. I want to make a super easy website for people to just be able to go on there and click and then get it too. So we're gonna work out a delivery system. So I really just, and I don't know how this works, but I would love to have packaged raw product from Campus Meats in the stores. I would love to be able to be in City Market and Prisma and S Market and places like that. I don't know how that works. I'm sure I can. I'm sure my wife can get on the laptop and send a few emails out and see what we can do. But I know we in the beginning it's going to be a lot of giveaway stuff and have here's a box of this and that, and the third. Try it out and see what you think. So I just that's oh my god, and I totally forgot. We're making dog treats too. And my wife came up with the idea, and her shtick was, why don't we make raw sausages that humans can also eat, um, but we make them specifically for dogs. So if we're selling raw sausages and people are buying them and they're having a fun like midsummer, like we're having people over and we're gonna grill sausages, why not like have on one side of the grill people can cook up sausages for their dogs. And of course, I already have like 7 different flavors, and a lot of them are really like normal ingredients that you and me would eat ourselves too. But some of them I am gonna add like certain things that are good for dogs, like collagen, liver, things like that. So that's another idea. So it's one of those things where this Campus Meats butcher shop isn't just as simple as we're opening up a butcher shop. That's it. No, it's going to be a lot of RTC products. Ready to cook products like marinated chickens, kebabs, ready to cook burgers of different flavors, sausages, meatballs, marinated chicken, things like that. And then we're gonna have like the regular case with all the steaks, like the ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignon, boom, 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 boom. Then we're gonna have our pork section too, our lamb section, things like that. So that's gonna be the butcher shop itself. But then we're also gonna have our dog treat products, our dog sausages products, that we're gonna try to get in other stores as well. And then we're also gonna have online sales. We're also going to try to be in other stores like Prisma, S Market, City Market, and I also want to do those like crazy lives that people do. You know, like obviously I would have to get a new phone and then probably use this phone, mount it up on some corner of the wall of the butcher shop, like a cool, have like a cool view of the whole layout, and just be. You know how kids nowadays they just live stream 24/7. I wouldn't mind doing that. I'd like to do that too. So if somebody's like interested in like, oh, I wonder how they cut that, or I wonder how they make sausage, I wonder how they do this, then third, log on to the live because I'm probably gonna Campus Meats is gonna be live streaming 24/7. I don't know about 24/7, but I want to make that a thing too. So it's like I know I'm just spitting out all these ideas and I sound like the typical entrepreneur that like it I don't want to come off like a cocky guy, but I just, you know, this stage of my life, being with the woman of my dreams and having the beautiful baby and a new puppy, it's just really inspiring. And I just really want to do all this. And I'm gonna do all this. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna do all this. So I don't know. Okay, it's getting late. It's like 40 minutes in. I'm ranting about bullshit and everybody's buttering me up. Guys, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, okay? Um, you will you will do really great. I have no doubt in the shop of success. You do great at everything you do, and thanks, man. You have any questions on websites and stuff? Hit me up. Um, yeah, bro. Like I asked Chat GPT about a logo, and we did it like multiple times, and I have like my one or two favorite logos that I have. But if you want to help me out with a logo, like yeah, like that'd be helpful if you know how to do that. If you don't worry about it. And hey, look, I'm broke. So I can't give you nothing. But there's no, if you can't, dude, you're still the homie. Like I don't wanna, but I would just, my thing is I just would love to see what people have, like their ideas, where their heads at with certain things. And the more, I feel like the more I talk to people, the more they see my ideas, the more I want to know what they're thinking. And if you want to, sure, I'll let me know. Um, yeah, I mean, here's the thing too with the raw dog food. It's every store I go into, and you go into the dog section or the pet section of like City Market, Prisma, all these areas. Um, they have like those sliding door coolers. They have like two sets of them, and they have like these like tubes, like these they're like tubes of like meat, and they're technically not sausage. It's like just these tubes of meat, and you open it up and you go, and it's just raw meat, And I want to I want my brand to be in that sliding little door, hanging on a little hook, but I want it to be like three sausages, like or three or four sausages in plastic with the casing, so it has a nice little snap, just like human sausage, regular people sausages will be, um, but for dogs. So I think that would be fun. I also plan on doing like dry biscuits and stuff like that, or jerk. A lot of jerky. We could do a lot of teriyaki jerkies, spicy jerkies, things like that. Devin, man, I appreciate you, man. Dude, just email me. Email me either on suaveboom@gmail.com or canvasmeats@gmail.com. Let me know, bro. Appreciate you. Brooke. I'd love to buy from your online store. I would love to ship it to wherever you're at, but I feel like that's gonna be tough. I'm assuming you're American. I'm assuming you live in the States. And oh, that's one thing. Not to like veer off to a different thing. I hate saying I'm American. Here, like I hate saying it. Like, are you from America? I'm like, I'm from the United States. Because the whole other side of the country is America, right? North America, Central America, South America. So when people over here are like, "Are you American?" I'm like, I am from the United States, but I am also Mexican, so that makes it easier. Anyways, sorry. Let me stay on subject here. Um, so, Berto, obviously you've managed to save a lot of money. Of this, open your smile. Give me some advice on the best way to save with a girlfriend. Wait. Let me read this again. So, Berto, obviously you've managed to save a lot of money for this kind of move. Opening your own spot in New York. Could you give me some advice on the best way to save for the girlfriend? She likes to spend like I make 4K a month. What's the best mathematics? Um, bro, honestly, man, and you're not gonna like hearing this. I technically save, but if you were to tell me, um, if I were to, okay, how about this? I'll put it into better perspective because I don't want to sit here and say like I suck at saving because I don't suck at saving, but I'm not good at saving the way you like. Here's what we do as people. What is your number in your head? What is your number in your head that makes you be like for example, you're moving, like let's say you're moving to Ireland and you're starting a business, right? What is your number in your head that you feel comfortable? You're like, I need to save this amount of money. Then I'll quit my job and go start this business from scratch in this whole different country. Because I guarantee you, whatever number you say, it's not what I had. um, my wife and I'm not gonna, because I gotta go. It's 12:30 at night over here. It's 0:27. That's my phone literally says in the corner right here 0:27. It's because we're going by my European time. Um, my wife and I have done a great, like, we work at grocery stores. We're not rich. We have worked at grocery stores. Um, when you're in your, I don't know how old you are, but I can only speak for myself and for other young people that have talked to me about the same experience I went through and what they're going through. Because I've worked with a lot of, anyways, the number one excuse we give ourselves all the time, especially when we're in our 20s, is I can't do that. I ain't got no money. I can't do that. I ain't got no money. I can't do that either. I ain't got no money. Right? So my thing is, I'm assuming you're not rich, right? So, all right, brother. Have a good one, man. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much for the love, Devin. I'm assuming you're not rich. So I'm not gonna speak on your behalf because I don't know what you do or what, you know, I don't know. I don't know you like that. I'm just gonna speak for myself. I am a grown up that works at a grocery store, right? And I just looked at it like I used when I got into my 30s, I started being like, well, I would love to see what it's like in California. What do I need to go out to California? Oh, I need this much money. I need that. I'm not going to be able to because I'm poor. I didn't save enough, so I need this and the third. Okay, how can I think differently from just like because the more I think to myself, I ain't got no money, the more I'm just trapped where I'm at, right? Oh yeah, you did. That's right. So you're not. So you're poor. Okay. Um, I started thinking to myself in a different way. I started thinking to myself, okay, I'm a guy that doesn't make that much money that works at a grocery store. I want to go visit California, possibly live there, right? What don't they also have people in California that work at grocery stores and not make as much money? Like, poor people just like me. Okay. What do I need to just get out there? And I grew accustomed to just going. I grew accustomed to just being like, what's the worst that can happen? And every time I did it, I had a little bit of change in my pocket. I had a good amount. Not a lot, a few thousand, you know, two or three. And I would find a stupid little place, hit them up. Hey, I can pay for this much money for rent, da da da. Okay, boom. And then how long does it usually take me to find a job? Well, if I can try to find a job before I move there, or I can take about 2 to 3 weeks when I get there. So it's like it's one of those things where like when we moved to New York, it was the same as moving anywhere. But it because it was when we moved to Nashville, we were paying $2,500 a month in rent over there. So everybody when we were in Alabama, everybody was like, how are you gonna afford Nashville? I don't know. The same way other people at those grocery stores afford Nashville, and we did. I think when you belittle any like idea in your head, like I want to move to Paris, like I think we blow it up in our heads like it's this big thing. Like the hardest part for you to move to like out of the country is like getting a visa and blah blah blah. But like if you live in New York City, like when we moved to New York, this is what we did. I'm not even kidding. We had no savings, and we had savings, but not we technically. I mean, it was so small. It's such a small amount that we technically didn't. We had a lot of credit cards though. So I remember when my wife wanted to move to New York, she tried to get a job at our current store that we worked at, and she didn't get the job, even though she was being groomed to get the position. Everybody was telling her it's in the bag, you got it. She didn't get it. She was pissed, felt petty, and was like, you know what? Why don't we just move? You know, it'd be cool. Hawaii. And guess what? We looked it up. We looked up is any of the grocery stores that we work for in Hawaii, are they hiring these particular positions? They weren't. London, they have Whole Foods in London, and they weren't hiring either at the time. But guess who was? New York. So we looked it up. We found a couple positions. I literally would make physical phone calls and talk to them. And we were like, we should just at least go to New York City for 1 week on vacation. Because being on Zillow and Trulia and all these like Street Easy apps every day, I mean, the second you find like something good, it goes away the next day because people scoop them up. So we went to New York, and I believe like a few days before we had to leave, some random apartment pops up on Street Easy at like 10:30 at night. It was like $2,300 a month, so like $200 less than we were paying, and we hit the broker up like that night right away. Like, hey, we're on vacation in town. When can we see it? The guy picked up, so we got super lucky. He was like, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bet. We show up. We saw the place. It was a small little, apartment. It was nice, and it was in our price range. It wasn't as nice as Nashville, obviously, but you're in New York, so you get a small, shitty apartment, but you get the whole city of Manhattan, right there in front of you. So it balances out, right? So we said yes, not knowing if the pipes were fine, not knowing if the inside of the walls were moldy, not knowing if, I don't know. But we signed everything scared because we kind of have that attitude where it's like, what's the worst that can happen? You got to fail a million times to get, you got to take these risks to just do it. And then we went home, went back to Nashville, and we had to wait for the finalization of the paperwork because we signed everything, but that was just signing for them to do the credit check and to do the background check, and that takes time. Well, anyways, long story short, they got back to us and they're like, "Hey, everything we got some good news and some kind of crazy news." And we're like, "What's up?" Everything went through fine. You're good to go. The apartment's yours, but the bank just bought the building, and your apartment has become rent stabilized. So I have to, because they said we have good news and bad news. And we're like, what was the bad news? Like, well, because they went rent stabilized, the rent went from 2,300 to 1,700 a month. And we're like, hell yeah. But now we gotta charge you a broker fee of 2,000. Like, we don't give a shit. So now we still have that apartment. We still, even though we're living here in Finland, we don't want to give it up. It's still ours in our name because nobody in their right mind would give up a rent stabilized apartment. So it's still ours, and we still pay $1,700 a month. And we don't still pay, but we are subleasing it to a close friend of ours, and she lives there now. And I believe the rent goes up like $30, something like that a month. So it only goes up slightly. But yeah, we got lucky with that. But at the end of the day, whenever I tell people this, they're like, "Oh, that's why you can afford New York." Right now, I believe the rent in that place is like 1850 or something. And if you really look at it, originally it was 2,300. So for a 1 bedroom, so $400 isn't like, it's like whenever people rub that in my face, like, "Oh, it's rent stabilized. That's how he's making it." I'm making it because I'm saving $400. No. So my thing is, my wife and my wife's great because me and my wife, we are accustomed to, we don't buy shit. New York has so many free things to do, and we're older, so we're not gonna go to clubs. We're not gonna go to hot restaurants. My wife is just like me. She likes getting cheap street food. We love going to Chinatown, getting cheap foods out of pork buns. We like going to the hot dog guy in front of the Met. We like getting dollar pizza. We like getting all these like famous. Let's be real. New York City is famous for their cheap shit. They're not famous for their expensive, fancy restaurant. They're not. People want to come here and have a nice ass bagel from a mom and pop shop for $3 or $4. They want to get a slice of pizza from Joe's. I know everybody's like, oh, I hate Joe's, but people love Joe's. You know, they want to get in there, or if you want to spend a few more bucks, go to Prince Street. Cool. But like people, oh, you like the painting? Gustav Klimt, remember? If you know, you know. But yeah, so we just, and on top of that, we had a car in Nashville. We were paying $400 for the car. We are paying $300 for car insurance. And when we got to New York, we sold it. So that right there, say, oh no, the first 3 months we were in New York, we were also paying for parking because we didn't want to give up the car because it was my favorite. So we were paying, oh shit, we were paying $1,000 a month for my car when we left Nashville and went to New York. So we got rid of that. So okay, I'm saving. I got a rent stabilized apartment for $1,700 a month. I got rid of my car. Like you just gotta make shit happen. So I don't know, like I feel like you were looking for a different answer, but all I can do is talk about my experience. So I'm sorry, man. But that was basically like in a nutshell, that's how we make it work out. And then, oh, to end it all, because I gotta go. When we moved to Finland, I'm living at her parents' house. This is her parents' house. We're not making any money. And I pulled out from my 401k. So I pulled out some money from the 401k. I have a little bit of savings. She's still on her maternity leave, so she's got a little bit of money coming in every month. And we're just hoping that this business takes off and we'll see what happens. Because here, I got to look at it like this. I can always find a job as a butcher. I can always go work at a grocery store. I can always find that type of job anywhere at any time. So why not put my all into this business? That's kind of like how I look at it. So I don't know if that helped you out, bro. I don't know, but it did allow me to talk about my story and how everything happened and stuff. So I hope that at least, like, that's how I kind of live my life. I'm like, Hawaii, London, New York, these places, there's poor people that live there too. So if you have a dream to go live somewhere that you would love to experience one day, and do it in the States first, obviously, so you don't have to go above and beyond to get a work visa for a particular country. But if you're like, oh, I want to see what, like, Houston, Texas is like, or Miami, Florida, blah blah blah, like whatever bullshit thing you do right now for 4K a month, they got that same bullshit thing down in that area that you want to go visit, and then work it out, and then tell your girl to help out with the bills. But anyways, hey, so what happened to your place in New York? I just said it, man. My place in New York is still there. I got the homie staying there, so taking a risk, but it's an adventure. Yep, street food is the best, bro. Life is all about adventure and experience. You never take risks. You never do. Exactly, bro. Exactly. And listen. When I was in my 20s and 30s, all I did was fuck around. All I did was have fun, and I used to take risks all the time with that bullshit back when I used to party and drink and all that stuff. So why not take risks now? So I don't know. I kind of just look at it like that. I kind of just look at it like the things that people look at as quote unquote scary. Is it scary? Is it scary, or you just don't want to do it? Because it's not that deep. I don't like I know what I have to do to open up a butcher shop. I just need the storefront, the paperwork, the permits. I need all these things. And I have to just you know what it is? I think I'm just getting older and I'm learning patience. And I wish I could go back in time and tell my younger self to just be more patient like that and take more risks like that. But I feel like when you're younger, you want things to happen boom, 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 boom right away. And any small inconvenience that happens, it's like, fuck, nah, never mind. I don't want to do it anymore. Where here, now that I'm in my 40s, it's kind of like, yeah, we got this. We can wait. It's not a big deal. We'll figure something out. We'll do all they won't allow us to do this. We'll do it this way. Oh, we have to go there. We'll do it that way. Okay, cool. So I don't know. And I always kind of look at other people like I'll look at some random business down in Salo Center with some lady selling shoes at the corner. She has a store. She's got one. So why can't I have one? You know? So I don't know. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, then it wasn't meant to be. This is all God's plan, and we'll see how it goes. But anyways, I think I gotta retitle this like from Australia. Say hello to Abby and Rolly from me. Um, an hour in. I'm about to leave. Yo, don't everybody. I hate it when y'all do this. I'm about to jump off. Everybody's jumping in now. No, I gotta go. But hit that thumbs up though. Hit that thumbs up. Plus, the thing I like about YouTube is that when you do a live on YouTube, it goes up anyway, so you can watch it later, anyways. But, anyways, I gotta go to bed. It's like it's 12:43 right now. So, thumbs up the video if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't. Comment, subscribe. Dios te bendiga, and we will see y'all. Thank you to everybody in chat that had me rant about my business. I think I'm gonna change the title on here and just say that I talked about the business so more people can come see. And thank you so much to all the local Salo people that logged on and said hello. And yeah, I think we're gonna do this more often. Every few days we're gonna do a live, and I'll constantly. I mainly do TikToks, so if you're not on my TikTok, go over there. But I will continue to update you guys on the butcher shop, and yeah. Thanks, guys. Many blessings. All right, we'll see y'all later. Good night.